retail or.
Well, did they get it? I think so.
Well, maybe it's still hard to draw retailers because Amazon and
Oh, yeah.
just not.
So it's
You
a
know,
lot of training to make it started like crazy.
That dog's hungry, it's so scared to death.
She teaches things like that. So continual, she set up so she gets her paper towel.
Auto ship. Yeah.
Right.
I'm sorry, Rob.
So everybody has their microphones on. We'll get this July Benton City Council going. If you'll stand and face the flags, we'll say the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear God, thank you for a new day, Lord, and all your many blessings. I pray that you'll be with each item on this agenda tonight, be with each elected official as they have to make the decisions for the betterment of this community. Thank you for all your blessings and for giving us where we fail you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you, Becky. Right. The first item on our agenda is a KLC presentation with John Clark. Welcome, John.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. Do I need to stand on that side to get from the Okay. All right, I'm John Clark. I'm a law enforcement consultant with the Kentucky League of Cities. As some of you may know, every 3 years, the Kentucky League of Cities does what's called a safety and liability review on our police departments. It's where we come in and we work with the chief of police to look at a lot of things that what the League of Cities has kind of charged me and Brian Nunn, the two law enforcement consultants, with is look at the things that get cops in a little bit of a bind, the things that get them hurt, and the things that get them sued. Because if they get sued, you get sued, the city gets sued, the department gets sued, it's just bad for everybody. So keeping them safe and then keeping them out of lawsuits is really important to us. Chief Sanderson and I met, we sat down and took a comprehensive look at how the Benton Police Department does all of these things. We look at about 60 areas, and some examples of those are their driver's training, their firearms training, how they do those type of trainings, their response to resistance training, their training in response to resistance, how they investigate response to resistance when that has to happen, and then how they document everything after those investigations have happened. How they do warrant service stuff, how their evidence is controlled, because we know that evidence is one of those areas that it's almost like your garage at home. It can get out of hand pretty quick and you look around and it's pretty messy, but in there you have to know exactly what everything is and where it's at, who it belongs to. And then their equipment, the equipment that they have to keep them safe and be able to do their jobs the way they need to. KLC has extremely high standards when it comes to these safety and liability reviews, and the finish line kind of keeps moving. It's one of those things that you might get there for a little while, but then when we show up 3 years later, I'm communicating with them all the time to tell them, hey, we've been to this training and the training standards have kind of changed. It's constantly getting harder. So we constantly kind of move the finish line when it comes to those safety and liability reviews. But Benton not only exhibited 100% score on this safety and liability review in all those areas. They have had that 100% score since 2012. And before that, they were at a 96. That is not easy to do. They deserve recognition for that. Not only do they deserve recognition, but I don't overlook the fact that you all deserve recognition for that too, because they do all the hard work that goes along with attaining this goal. But some of this stuff is not cheap. It's not free. This is not something where it's like cleaning up a parking lot and you just take some elbow grease to get out there and get sweaty and do it. It takes elbow grease and some sweat. but you all know that takes financial backing to do it. So you all supporting that police department is super important to us. So anytime that we have an agency that attains that 100% score, we get them this plaque to recognize that they do everything the way they should, they meet all those standards, and they're as safe as they possibly can be. So I'd like to present this to the chief, and if I could, I'd love to get somebody to take a picture for us. All right. I'm gonna have you get one with my phone too. I can do that there. You want to stand over here with you all behind us? Do you all want to be in it?
All in behind him.
Do you want to sit?
Y'all stand up and be in it?
You wanna stand up behind us or not?
Come on.
Well,
The department
What-
then.
no, well, what KLC does is they do a social media post on these things, so they'll put it out there on Facebook and Instagram and all those things, so you all deserve the recognition too.
One by seal, read it.
Come up as close, come up as close as you can back there against the desk. So, no, they're not gonna listen to me, sir.
No.
Okay.
Can you get everybody, Lori?
I can if it.
So,
I need you to come up close, I don't need 2 rows. Cause you'll be, those of you that be in the back gonna be blurred. You come up closer on either side, we got plenty of width, you don't have to be in the back.
Do we need, what
Chairs.
he's saying, and push these suckers out the way, there we go. Get on in here, guys. Need one level.
All right.
How about now?
Okay,
Still not good? Still doesn't like it?
I'm gonna. Ed, do you hide? So. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, now wait a minute. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3.
All right, now don't move.
We'll move.
I can sit down.
Okay.
Perfect, okay?
Congratulations, Chief.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Treasurer is not- I will just keep it
Be
present.
safe going home.
I
I'll
will.
leave this here, so if anybody wants to see it. Quiet, John, thank you.
Good job, chief.
Appreciate it, sir.
Oh, it's my chair, man. Couldn't find it.
You'll sing me a song.
So, we also have Darren Hubble, is that right? With the Small Business Association that would like to give a short presentation.
Very short. You mind if I hand this out or just like just send them back here?
You can hand them out. Sure. We'll help you pass them down if you need it.
I got it.
These all the same?
No. They're. Have them divided pretty well.
They look at it,
Same
head.
What's right there?
Did that guy leave?
No, I
Because
got
if
it.
he did, I got his phone.
No, they went down towards the police department, I think, and I'm sure it'll be
Like,
right. Here he is.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See ya.
Yep, sure.
Oh, good thunder for a minute. I hear thunder.
Okay, I'm Darren Hubble, and I work with the Small Business Administration's Office of Disaster and Recovery, okay? So, if you guys go, what may be very recent memory to y'all, but 2021 was a terrible time here through your area. Since then, you guys have continued to have storms and natural disasters that have affected the area of western Kentucky, especially in this neck of the woods, right? So what am I doing here? Because the last 2 storms really weren't didn't make that much effect, at least in general population. Agriculture was affected, there were trees down, natural resource areas, that kind of thing. Well, I'm trying to do educational and outreach. And so, the thought now is that forewarned is forearmed, right? And so, as everyone is paying attention to the fact that this happens to be a new hotbed for storms, you know, they've even went so far as calling this the new tornado alley. I don't know if anyone really wants that designator, you know? It's not good for, you know, that, those rentals and everything else we were just referring to, right? So, pushing that aside, let's focus in on what does happen after a storm. You know, there's people who are out, so it's businesses, it's homeowners, it's renters, and then follow on, it could be agriculture and it could be businesses that then weren't able to turn a profit that they would have otherwise. Maybe they put their stuff back together again, but they've lost the opportunity to make income during that time. All of that's been considered in the last, I would say, 5 to 6 years. In doing so, the Small Business Administration has been charged to follow along with FEMA as FEMA hands out grants depending on the damage, depending on the storm, depending, lots of things depend. And, you know, private insurance is maybe not what it once used to be, especially with the onset of all of this natural disaster hitting the United States and places that they never would have imagined it, didn't calculate it in, haven't really billed for it, etc. What's one to do? Well, the Small Business Administration's Office of Disaster and Recovery sets aside taxpayers' money to make low-interest loans to homeowners, businesses, and renters. And so there's up to $2 million, you can, a loan for up to $2 million for major employers, lower than that for all different volumes of employers. Homeowners could get up to $500,000 for their properties. Renters and homeowners could get up to $100,000 for their personal property, clothing, furnitures, etc. Okay, you have insurance, so why would you want to do this? Well, insurance and FEMA, unfortunately, take time. And, you know, with the next storm, possibly the next day, time is of an essence. And so with these loans, we've been able to get money in people's hands within 6 days of them being approved for loans. That's kind of on the extreme, but it's not much longer than that they would get some form of money in order to start recovery. Once they get a grant from FEMA, if that happens, that goes on top of this. Once they get insurance, that could go on top of this. The idea is to make someone whole, you know, get their life back together, and for the interest of y'all's group here, stabilize that economy that goes along with that. So this is economic stability resources being pumped into areas that otherwise would see natural disaster. We do have areas that have seen it. That one sneaker company in there that employs 300 people and the only employer in town suddenly gets hit. That guy decides to pack it in and he moves away. There's 300 people who also are on that same fence, right? And so that's kind of an extreme case. However, not necessarily, because a community as small as the communities around here, if it happens to one of you, it happens to all of you. And everyone feels the economic impact of a storm like that. So these are to try to offset that in a bigger sense, but then to try to help people recover from a storm, natural disaster, flood, fire, etc., and put their lives back in order as swiftly as possible, to provide a way of doing that without making as small of impact on them financially as the government can provide. So I wanted to bring this to y'all's attention. We're in the area. The declaration for this last May storm ends the 23rd. So just in a couple days now, but the EIDL program, which you guys have flyers for, it continues on until the spring of this next year. For a long time, because as I said, it takes a while for agriculture and businesses to really realize what they may be lacking in with that economic impact that they've absorbed. So, any questions that I can answer for any of y'all?
I believe so.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna remain till the end, and I'm open for questions then, or any more flyers if someone wants them.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for allowing me.
Thanks, Darren.
Sir, thank Ocean County D Fund is asking for another pay request on the CDBG loan. And they're asking for the amount of $181,903. $181,943. This is a draw for their CDBG grant.
You need a motion?
Yes, sir.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor? Anyone opposed? Thank you much. Right. We have some, board appointments, some things that, they have expired that have been previously. The first one is the Code Ethics Board. And I'm gonna read this to you. Whereas Benton Code 39 establishes a Code of Ethics Board for the city of Benton to enforce the Benton Ethics Code. Whereas the city or Benton Code Enforcement Board is in need, should be ethics, I'm sorry, the Benton Ethics Board is in need of the reappointment of board members to fill the vacant positions left on the board. Whereas the following named individuals were approved to be appointed as board members for the Benton Code Ethics Board by the Benton City Council at the regular meeting of the Benton City Council on July 21st, 2025. Now therefore, I'm going to ask you guys if you will approve Travis Terrell for a 1-year term, Jeff Edwards for a 2-year term, and Kip Mathis for a term of 3 years. So they're all staggered, so no one's on there at the same time or any length of time. So I would need a motion for approval on this.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is there anyone opposed to these three? Thank you. Okay, and the next one is the Benton Code Enforcement Board. These are so close, they're really throwing me for a loop. Whereas the Benton Code 41 establishes a code enforcement board for the city of Benton to enforce the various nuisance and maintenance codes enacted for the public safety and general welfare of the citizens of Benton. Whereas the Benton Code Enforcement Board is in need of the reappointment of board members to fill the vacant positions left on the board. Whereas the following named individuals were approved to be appointed as board members for the Benton Code Enforcement Board by the Benton City Council at the regular meeting of the Benton City Council on July 21st, 2025. The three that I'm asking you all is Troy Connor for a 1-year term, April Murphy for a term of 2 years, and Lori Wilson for a term of 3 years. And I'd need a motion to approve.
I'll make that.
Second.
All in favor? Is there anyone opposed? Thank you. All right. We'll move on. We have some bids out. We have bids for an A and B Street property. It's kind of back behind Bad Bob's. You all know that property. So, okay. So, Joshua Hendrickson has bid $3,000. Dustin Henderson has bid $1,500. Michael Green, $2,500. Susan Green, $10,100. And Nick Gibson, $3,000. So it looks like Susan Green definitely has the best bid there. And I would need a motion to approve those bids.
So moved.